Hey, call me Shape. And today I'm reacting to a video titled 30 Mom of Two Claims 304s are more loyal than virgins. Let's get right into it.
I am here to give you my opinion on the question I asked yesterday, if body counts matter. And my opinion is yes, but not in the way that you think. For me, the number doesn't matter, but I feel like people need to go and I guess have a whole phase. If that's what you want to call it, I feel like that needs to be happen. That needs to happen. Oh yeah? For me personally, I believe that needs to happen because if for example, right, for a woman who's only been with one man, that curiosity is going to be there. We're human, things happen and stuff, but I had noticed there's a lot of people in the comments saying like, yes, it matters because of soul ties, and I wholeheartedly believe that. And a lot of people say that if you are to be with a lot of people, that you don't know how to be loyal and faithful. And honestly, me being able to be with a lot of people, for me, brought me to be very loyal and faithful. Like, I'm a very loyal and faithful person when I'm in a relationship. When you're not in a relationship, you have nobody to be loyal and faithful to other than yourself. So when I was younger, I had a whole phase, you guys. I did, and I don't regret it. I don't take it back. People are gonna judge regardless. And honestly, like, that's a part of my life I would never take back. It isn't. For me, when I realized when I had to sit with myself and take accountability for all the actions that I done did, like, I'll tell you, you guys, when I wasn't a good person, the way I was moving was not good, and I had a very low self-esteem. I was trying to find myself in so many different people that I had to lose myself to find myself, essentially. And it was up until I
So you had to sleep around in order to find yourself. I don't understand why women believe this. I couldn't find myself until I opened up my legs. And I won't take it back. I don't regret it. Because we're human, so things happen. Every time I hear this from a woman's voice, I already know. Red flag, red flag, red flag. Now, mind you, I laugh because when she was saying that every woman needs a whole phase, one of her two kids made a noise in the background, right? It was like they objected to it. Like, Mom, don't say that. You know what I'm saying? They can't even speak, and they know what you're saying is some BS. But this is the world we live in now. Anyway, I found another interesting video on TikTok. Take a look at this.
Once men remember that girls are reciprocators, not initiators, the dating world will go back to the way it's supposed to be. Because they'll realize, oh my God, I can't be asking her for shit I'm not providing. Right. Once men remember,
I can't be asking her for shit for that I'm not providing. Well, you're asking me for protection and provision. You don't want to provide that. So what are you talking about? And I think men, we are the real reciprocators, okay? And we're the real romantic lovers, okay? We actually love y'all unconditionally. We accept the fact that you used to be a hoe. We accept the fact that you make less. We accept the fact that you're weaker than us. And not even, at times less smarter than us. We accept all that and we still love you. But God forbid we lose our job, you guys are out, okay? So you technically don't love us. You don't love us. Anyway, I found another video that I thought was interesting. Take a look.
If you ever see me entering into another relationship with another white man, you have permission to punch me right in the fucking forehead. If you ever see me...
Wow. What? When I seen this, I was like, huh? I don't know the whole backstory about this, but I'ma just assume, right? I'ma just assume she thought that she could have whatever she wanted, and she thought that, you know what, I'm not gonna date black men anymore. I'm gonna date white men like me too. And then they showed her they don't really like her. They just wanted to use her for target practice, okay? One of my commenters said, stroke practice. I like that better, right? They just used her because she got a hole. Unfortunately, women, you have to learn this, but since you're a woman, you will have value. Your value's intrinsic. You're born with value, okay? You're born with a hole between your legs. I hate to say that, but a lot of men will find good use of that, okay? No matter if you're ugly, if you're a different race, even if they hate your race, they'll use you, okay? I'm just saying. And if you have to learn the hard way, you got to learn the hard way. I'm just saying. Anyway, I found another video I thought was pretty interesting. Take a look. Hey, listen up, Shape Squad. Are you tired of being ignored by women? Well, download my free ebook, Be Attractive and Shut Up. It's going to teach you how to master attraction, build unshakable confidence, and win with women without words. Because chances are you're not ugly, you just talk too damn much. So download my free ebook, Be Attractive and Shut Up, and take control of your dating life right now. Now let's get right back to the content.
This is why men should not be allowed to sit at bars as a woman in STEM and corporate in Miami. I posted a TikTok about how so many men were sitting at the bar disproportionately when I've been going to my favorite local bar in Brickell. And I've noticed that even as a woman, there's almost like a reverse in polarity in the bar scene or even nightlife scene where, you know, women are usually the ones who are sitting at the bar stools. You're approached by men. You get to conversate much more easily because you're in your feminine energy, right? You're approachable. And if you listen to a lot of love stories from people in past generations who met their partners out in nightlife or at the bars, the women were always approached by their partners, you know, whether they were on the dance floor or maybe they were at the bar sitting and having a cute little cocktail and then their future husband noticed them. But what I noticed in my comments in my last video is that so many men were triggered by me posting that silly little TikTok and saying, oh, well, there needs to be equality, or that, you know, I have the right to sit at the bar, blah, blah, blah. And what's this highlighting is that, one, a lot of people don't understand that the polarity in relationships is reversing, where a lot of men are more so in their feminine energy in an unhealthy way, where they're more passive, or they have a unhealthy idea that being masculine or being in your masculine energy means having to control a woman. They think it's about asserting dominance and power, and that's not true masculine leadership, right? Getting up and giving up your seat at the bar does not mean that you're losing control. It means you're creating a safe container for the women at the bar, where the women know, hey, I'm going to be provided for, even if it's in little ways. I can rest.
This girl she just wants to see it at the bar, and she's trying to use an intellectual explanation for it. Listen, we don't want to hear intellectual explanation. You have some good points. One of the points are, yeah, men are more feminine now. You know why? Because women are more masculine. And honestly, if you want to sleep with girls nowadays, you got to be in your feminine in a way, unless you want to repel other women. Listen, if you're masculine right now, you're going to repel most women, because most women are looking for a feminine guy that they can control. I'm telling you. Okay, that's the dating market now. Now, I'm glad you said that you had some love stories. You should look up the love stories in the past and people, this is the way it worked. Well, women were virgins in the past, okay? If I told you you're not a real woman unless you're a virgin, you're not a real wife unless you're a virgin, you say, oh, that's not fair. You know, we progressed since then. Well, if we're talking about the progression since then why are you bringing up old love stories? Please. Which one is it? Which one is it? Now, I don't mind young girls coming online and sharing their views or stuff like that, but to try to tell us what leadership is and masculinity is the exact problem. You're talking at us, trying to tell us this is what it means to be a man. Look how stupid you look. All you did was show how masculine you were. Okay? You might say you want certain things in a man, but the real issue we have here is women think that we need to hear their voices and listen to their voices in such a way where we need to follow their instructions. That's not how it works. That's dictatorship. And a lot of feminists want to be dictators. That's just what I see. Anyway, found another video I thought was pretty interesting. Back to the body count argument. Take a look at this.
The whole reason why I don't fuck with the whole, oh, what's your body count debate is because whenever you stress about your body count, you're literally putting your self-worth onto the backs of other people. You're literally thinking, I'm worth less because I've slept with 10 people. Oh my gosh, I should think less of myself. When in reality, none of that shit fucking matters. Like, at the end of the day, you should judge your character off of the values and morals that you uphold, not how many people you slept with. Because while you're out here worried about a body count, you could be missing out, because a cheater could have 2 or 3 bodies, but the most loyal person who is going to give you a healthy relationship probably got 100 bodies. And that's cool, because none of this shit matters when we die. God is not going to ask you how many people you slept with. I guarantee you he's not.
I think a lot.
Okay, sorry. Ooh.
The whole reason why.
Sorry about that. I don't know. TikTok's acting up a little bit. Just to address some of her points, she said you're judging your self-worth on the backs of other people. No, we're judging your self-worth on your back and how many other people you were with when you're on your back, okay? The fact that ladies think that, and it uses extreme examples that are not true. Oh yeah, a girl she could only have 2 bodies but cheat on you, but then a girl could have 100 bodies and not cheat on you. In what world? In what world? And what they use this exceptional argument. Oh, I'm going to use the exception. There's some women that are 3 or 4s and loyalty, and then there's some women who have low body counts and they cheat. Okay, yeah, but that's an exception to the rule. Some people get shot in the head and don't die, but that's not the norm. Okay, a headshot normally is fatal. Let's just tell the truth. So women, please stop using this exception to try to prove the rule. No, it's not the rule. It's the exception. Okay, it really is. And honestly, what are you going to do with that information? If some women, oh, it doesn't matter. Oh, some women. Listen, if men say it matters, it matters. Please. I mean, honestly, it matters to us, so it matters. Y'all say money matters to y'all, so we accept it. Y'all say height matters to y'all, we accept it. No one's sitting around arguing, oh man, you should date a short man. You should, no man will ever say you should date a short man. But women are trying to argue we should accept them as 304s. Can you imagine that? The standard's so low for women now that they're arguing we should accept them as 304s. Unbelievable. Anyway, I see some clips on TikTok I want to share with you guys. I got a few clips here. Take a look at this one.
And just to let you niggas know, we don't need y'all. We don't need y'all.
Says when she's 20 versus when she's 40. Take a look at this.
20 years later.
Man, we want all y'all back. Because we love you, we see you, kings. And most importantly, we need you. And most importantly, we need you.
And most importantly, we need you.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying. Get out of here for real. I'm saying get out of here for real. I'm saying.
It's funny to me, and this might be like a little memeable kind of video or whatever, but it's so true. Women talk all their ish when they're in their 20s, and they have no idea that when they're 40s, they're not going to be singing the same song. Beyonce said, all the single ladies, and then she ran right back to Jay-Z. And then when he cheated on her, she stayed. Yeah, he cheated on her with a Becky with the good hair, and she stayed. And she even made an album called about how she be slurping him up, and he be giving her facials and stuff. Crazy stuff, right? So he actually brought the freak out in her when he started cheating on her. Can you imagine that? What if I told you women, in order to get the best freak out of you, we got to cheat on you? Or would that be the exception? Anyway, I found some other videos on Instagram I thought was interesting. Take a look at this video.
The worst thing I ever did was tell my man to F my face. I'm giving him oral and he's like, say for I'm sitting on the bed like I am and he's just in front of me and he's just F-ing my face. Worst thing the worst thing you can say is to a man to do that. Or you laying down, don't lay down, let him be on top of you and F your face. Oh my God. You gonna die. You gonna die because they don't care. They gonna go as deep down your throat as possible.
Can you imagine? Women are literally making videos about how much they're 304s, how much body counts don't matter. None of these things matter. Tattoo on your face, tattoo on your chest, tattoo on your neck, tattoo on your breast, tattoo everywhere. It doesn't matter. Sleep with men everywhere. Sleep with multiple men. Multiple men will make you loyal. For some reason, they think that being undegenerate will make them a better wife. If they crash out, if they ruin their life early on in life, they'll be better wives. And they'll be more loyal. And they'll be more faithful. Can you imagine that? Like, I looked at this video and some people getting turned on. I'm getting turned off. Anyway, I thought this video was pretty interesting too. Take a look.
Now y'all are seeing this difference. How did I take my A cup to a triple Magoopa D? The secret is this chicken sticky cutlet. They're my Boombas. They're my absolute favorites. Look at what they do. That's really all I need to say. You just gotta see. This is crazy, but this is what it is. It's basically just a sticky pad that sticks to your clothing and to your skin. So I'm gonna take the thick part of it right here, and I'm gonna go in and sweep her in, make sure she's nice. Then I'm gonna go, make sure it's up to my shirt really good. Then I'm gonna go in, grab my girl, place her back down. Insanity. Insanity. These are literally my best kept secret. No, y'all are seeing this difference.
That is wild.
How?
I got no words. The amount of lies that we've been told. Can you imagine this? Can you imagine not knowing that she transformed herself from, and I don't look like an A cup, that look like a B cup to me, but from a B to like a double D? Deception. Deception. Anyway, take a look at this. I thought this was pretty interesting, sorry. Take a look.
Did you hear about the woman who lost her life while she was trying to force her husband to leave his girlfriend's house? 42-year-old Kiana Wilson from Nashville, Tennessee, knew her husband Amadeo Wilson had a girlfriend, and she wasn't okay with it. Deciding that she was fed up with sharing her man, Kiana decided to do the unthinkable to get him back. Kiana knew who her husband's girlfriend was and where she lived, and she figured her husband would be right there with her, so she drove to his girlfriend's house to confront them both. When she saw her husband's car parked outside the back of Kiosha Greer's home, she used her spare key to move the car around to the front of the house. And then she knocked on the door and waited. Kiana may have thought that this was going to be a regular fight, but she had no idea that her husband's girlfriend had already been charged with attempted first-degree murder back in 2003. Her husband's girlfriend answered through the surveillance speaker, telling Kiana to leave, but she refused. The two women began to argue through the speaker, with the wife telling the girlfriend to send her husband out and the girlfriend telling her he's not here. But Kiana wasn't going for that because she saw his car parked outside, so she knew he was there. Kiana decided to try to force her way inside the girlfriend's house, and as soon as she did that, the girlfriend pulled out a weapon and shot through the door. The bullet...
Why would you try to forcibly enter someone's home? I get it. You knew the girlfriend. You knew where she lived. You knew your husband was there. But you're going to try to break into her home. You see how far women would do, what women would do for men that cheat on them? They will go above and beyond for a man that cheats on them. But how they would never go 50-50 with a man. Oh, I ain't going 50-50 with a man. I ain't going to do this for a man. No, he need to make 70,000. They have all these requirements for men. But then they end up with a guy that cheats. And then now, because you're trying to be an aggressor, you're trying to be a bully, you get unalived. It's sad. It really is. But in my mind, I'm like, she could have used this effort to do something better with her life. I feel so sad. Rest in peace. It's horrible. But if you're going to fight for a man, don't do it like this. Unbelievable. Anyway, take a look at this video. I thought it was kind of interesting. This is a girl, I believe I used her in a past video, Miss Lotto. I don't know if you guys seen her before, but you know what? Let's respond to her video.
So I just made a video basically talking about how I broke up with one of my exes because he didn't invite me over for the holidays. Mind you, we had been together for 8 months, and that was just officially, but we had spent months together before that, so more like a year of being together. And they didn't invite me over for Thanksgiving and Christmas. What I found funny about this is it was mostly men who were disagreeing with me or had something negative to say. How ironic. And what they were saying was that, oh, that's too soon. A man doesn't have to share everything with you. It takes time to get there. 8 months is too early, etc., etc. So they were basically saying, like, you're doing too much. And this is what I want to say, ladies. If you wait forever, a man will also wait forever. If you never put your foot down for the things that you want, they will string you along for years and years. That's why you see women finding themselves in relationships for like 7, 8, 9 years waiting for a ring, and it never happened. That's why you constantly hear people say that men never break up with women, and that's true because they rather have somebody there to fill in the space than to be single. Even if they know you're not their person, they know they're not planning on marrying you. If you don't take the step to move out of the way, they will keep you there until they find the girl that they really want. All in all, you will not convince me that it takes you over a year to know if you want to bring somebody over for the holidays. That is really bare minimum. And if it takes you that long to know whether or not you want me to meet your family, then I am not your person. I did also want to add in, I saw a couple of women that kind of disagreed with me, and what they said was that they don't want to introduce each other's families until they're engaged or close to engagement. And what I want to say to that is, when you marry somebody, you're also marrying their family. And if you wait to meet their family until you're engaged, you're already, quote unquote, in love with this person. You've already started to build a life with them. The chances of you meeting their family and not liking their family and then deciding to leave is very slim. Let's say you meet the family after you're already engaged and the parents are terribly mean to you, or they have a very toxic family. But because you're already so deep in it, you're already in love, all the feelings and emotions are involved, it's going to be so much harder for you to make the logical decision to say, I don't know if I want to marry into this family. So I'm a firm believer in taking those steps early on so that you know what you're getting into and the feelings aren't getting in the way of you making a good decision.
I got a couple issues with this, and I understand her desire. She wants to be married, she wants to come over, she wants to be part of your life, but you can't rush a man's pace. See, you got to let us control the pace as far as, hey, we don't want you to meet our family just yet. You don't know why we don't want you to meet our family just now. You all you're doing is thinking about yourself, that, oh, it's something against me, and it's just not right. And this. No, listen, if you don't like it, then leave. That's it. But trying to bully your way into someone's life is the wrong way. It's no different than a man trying to bully his way in between your legs. Listen, I might not date girls that want to be celibate. I don't date them, right? I mean, respectfully, especially if they're not. If you're a virgin, then I'll date you. But if you're not a virgin, I'm celibate, I don't go for that. But I don't try to force them to not be celibate. Like, if they want to do it, I'm not going to do it. I'm not saying they're right. I'm not saying they're wrong. It's not the speed I want to go. And that's the choice that you have. You can vote with your feet. Remove yourself from the situation you don't want to be in. But this idea that you're going to demand a man bring you over, like, you honestly sound like a bully. Women just don't get this. In their mind, like children, if they want something, they have to have it. And they're going to try to give every justifiable reason why they deserve it. It don't work like that. I'm going to let you know when I'm ready. How about that? Trying to force a man to marry you ain't going to work. It's all about persuading people. All this demanding someone do something so someone marries you because they felt like they were forced to, they were rushed. How do you feel if you slept with someone because you felt like you were forced to, you were rushed? Oh, but it's different. Everything's just different. When it comes to men, we have to just give everything up to y'all. That's how y'all treat us. Like, y'all just demand everything. You know what I'm saying? We can't have no restraints. We can't have no boundaries, according to y'all. And then when it comes to y'all, oh no, you're not patient, you're trying to rush, And this is why we have issues. Everybody has wants. We want to smash y'all on the first day, but we respect that you guys want to wait. We respect it. Even though we know some of y'all goofy ass 304s was letting people clap for a lot less. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a wave at the bar. Someone's tagging you down in the bathroom. Okay? So please, just respect and have patience. This is not the way to win a relationship. I see so many women going down this route. It's not going to work. Anyway, like the video, subscribe to the channel blowing up. I appreciate you guys. Check out some of my other videos, and I'll see y'all over there.